Today we're reviewing the newest adventure of the legendary Dogman series, Dogman Big Jim Begins. Welcome to our Daily Books channel. Enjoy listening. From the creative mind of Dav Pilkey, the creator and artist of Captain Underpants, comes Dogman. Big Jim Begins, the 13th installment of the beloved Dogman series. Released on December 3rd, 2024, this comic continues the saga of the heroic canine cop. In this installment, we delve into the origins of some of the series' beloved characters. The main antagonists are the Space Cuties, who threaten to wreak havoc on the city and destroy it. The story revolves around Big Jim, who must confront a prophecy foretelling his fate to save the universe. Along with Dogman and Grandpa, Big Jim sets out to thwart an alien invasion. Dogman. Big Jim Begins explores themes of kindness, faith, and the power of seeing the good in others. While packed with the signature action and humor fans have come to expect, the story also offers surprising depth and heartfelt moments. It's a story that questions whether the past determines the future and champions the idea that courage and kindness can triumph. Will our heroes prevail? The answer lies within the pages of this extraordinary adventure.
That's a great overview. And it really, it flags something pretty major happening in the Dogman world. So yes, technically it's book 13 in the main series, came out late 2024. But it's doing something quite different. This is basically the launch pad for a new spin-off series. It puts Big Jim, who's usually a supporting character, right in the center.
Big Jim takes the lead, so Dogman and the Super Buddies, they're taking a backseat.
Exactly. They're in it, but really just minor roles this time around. It's Big Jim and Grandpa's story.
Huh. That's a pretty bold step, isn't it? I mean, the main series is just massive. What is it, over 60 million copies sold?
Oh, easily, worldwide. And the critics love it, always calling it high intensity, heartwarming, and above all, hysterically funny. That's the brand.
So moving the spotlight to Big Jim, that's fascinating. Why him? Why now? What's the thinking there?
Well, I think it's about tapping into a character who fans already really love, but maybe felt a bit underdeveloped. Big Jim's always been sort of the moral heart of the group. And the story jumps right in. We find Big Jim, a.k.a. Commander Cupcake, in cat jail. Starts off pretty funny.
Cat jail. Okay. And he's there with Grandpa, Petey's dad, right? The grumpy one.
That's the one. Petey's neglectful father. So you immediately have this amazing dynamic. Big Jim, ever the optimist, and Grandpa, who's just Grandpa.
Ha. I can picture it. That sounds like a classic odd couple pairing right there.
Totally. And it sets up the plot engine. Grandpa wants out of jail, obviously.
Of course he does.
And Big Jim says, okay, fine, but only if Grandpa agrees to be his official sidekick and gets a sidekick name.
A sidekick name. What is it?
Sprinkles.
Sprinkles. Oh, that's perfect. The super positive hero and his incredibly reluctant sidekick, Sprinkles.
Exactly. That tension, that humor, it's there from page one.
Yeah.
And it's how they kick off their development.
Okay, so they're teamed up. What kind of trouble do they get into? You mentioned antagonists.
Right. So they start telling these origin stories, both Big Jim and Grandpa, and weirdly, both involve UFOs somehow. It's very Pilkey. And this whole exchange kind of acts as a lead-in. Bam! The main threat appears. The Space Cuties.
The Space Cuties, okay. And their nefarious plan is...
to make the entire Earth.
Cute! Make it cute. Like, forcibly cute.
Wreak havoc by imposing cuteness everywhere. It's that brilliant Pilkey mix of silly concept, potentially disastrous consequences.
That's hilarious, the contrast between extreme cuteness and, total destruction. Classic. But you mentioned origin stories. Is the structure different from usual Dogman books? Less like short strips?
Yes, definitely. That's a really key shift, and it actually started a bit in the previous book, The Scarlet Shedder. Big Jim Begins goes all in on one continuous story, a single narrative thread.
Ah, okay, so not the usual multiple short adventures in one volume.
No, and it kind of makes sense, right? If you're going deep into Big Jim's origins, dealing with prophecy, fate, you need that sustained narrative focus.
It allows for more depth, I guess. Are there still flashbacks?
Oh yeah, flashbacks are definitely used to fill in the backstory.
Huh.
But the main plot moves forward linearly. It feels much more like, well, a single connected novel.
So Big Jim, our Commander Cupcake, has to face down a prophecy to save the universe from being forcibly made cute by aliens. That's quite the hero's journey.
It really is. And it raises the stakes considerably for his character.
How does it wrap up then? With this more linear novel-like structure, does it end neatly like most Dogman books? Or?
That's the other really big structural surprise here, and something fans will definitely be talking about. It ends on a cliffhanger.
No way! A Dogman book ending on a cliffhanger? Is that a first?
It is. It's explicitly noted as the first time a Dogman book has left the main story unresolved like this.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big deal for this series.
Huge. And really smart, both narratively and, from a marketing perspective. It doesn't just end Big Jim's first big solo adventure. It demands you come back for the next part.
So it leads directly into the sequel that's already been announced. Yeah.
Exactly. Dogman. Big Jim Believes. Scheduled for 2025. It makes it crystal clear this isn't just a one-off. It's the real start of Big Jim's own series.
That guarantees kids are going to be desperate for the next one. Creates real anticipation.
Absolutely. It cements this as a genuine expansion of the universe.
Right.
But beyond the plot mechanics and the structure, focusing on Big Jim lets Pilkey really lean into the themes that are always bubbling under the surface.
Right, because Big Jim is so inherently good.
Precisely. He's the moral compass.
Yeah.
So the themes here feel even more central. Things like kindness, faith, and that really tough one, choosing to see the good in people, even when it's hard.
That positivity, even when things look bad, it's like his superpower, isn't it? The book mentions him helping others when things are not going well.
That's his core. But how do you get these deeper ideas across in a funny kid's comic about, space cuties and cat jail?
Yeah, how does that work? Does it feel preachy?
Not at all, because it comes through the characters and the situation. There are some surprisingly deep quotes woven in. Like Big Jim says at one point, "We're all in jails of some kind, imprisoned by the stories we tell ourselves."
Wow. That's pretty profound for a children's book.
It is. But it works because Grandpa is literally in jail, right? And he's also trapped by his own grumpy history. So the quote lands because it connects directly to what's happening.
It's contextual, makes sense. It's not just dropped in there randomly.
Exactly. And there are others about second chances and letting go of the past, like the idea that new beginnings are often disguised as painful endings.
Ooh, I like that. That seems relevant to Grandpa becoming Sprinkles. It's painful, maybe embarrassing for him, but it's a fresh start.
Precisely. It gives his reluctant journey some real weight. And then there's this gem about selflessness.
Let me guess, from Big Jim.
Of course. Sometimes the thing we need the most is the thing we must give.
Like Big Jim offering kindness and patience to Grandpa, even when maybe he needs support himself.
That's how I read it. It adds layers to Big Jim.
Yeah.
He's not just naive. There's a core of wisdom there. It really makes you wonder where Pilkey draws this character from.
Did he ever talk about the inspiration for Big Jim specifically?
He did. And this is really fascinating. In the notes section at the back of the book, Pilkey directly points to his inspiration. He says that the biblical passage, Matthew 18.3, was a direct inspiration for creating Big Jim.
Matthew 18.3. Okay. For listeners who might not know it offhand, what's the essence of that verse?
Essentially, it's about needing to change and become like little children, humble, trusting, full of faith, to enter the kingdom of heaven. It emphasizes innocence and humility as strengths.
Ah, I see. So Pilkey is saying Big Jim's childlike faith and goodness. That's not a flaw, that's his power source.
Exactly. It reframes his unwavering optimism. It's not naivete. It's a profound kind of strength that lets him face down, cosmic threats without becoming cynical. It adds a surprising spiritual layer beneath the humor.
That connection to overcoming challenges and maybe seeing the world differently, that really ties into Dav Pilkey's own story too, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. You can't really talk about Dogman or Captain Underpants without talking about Pilkey's own childhood.
Right. He's been very open about being diagnosed with ADHD and dyslexia.
Yeah. And the famous story is that he was often sent out into the school hallway for being disruptive in class.
And that's where he started drawing. In the hallway.
That's where Dogman and Captain Underpants were born. Right there in the hallway during his timeouts. It's incredible.
It really fuels his whole mission, doesn't it? Making reading fun and accessible, especially for kids who might struggle or feel like outsiders. The reluctant readers, as he calls them.
Totally. He always stresses how important the pictures are. They aren't just decorations, they're context clues, helping kids understand the story, even if the text is challenging.
And that spirit of connecting with kids who might feel different, that actually connects back to why Big Jim got this starring role, right? There's a community story there.
Yes. This is probably my favorite part of the whole backstory for this book. It shows just how much Pilkey listens to his audience.
Okay, tell us, how did the fans influence Big Jim's promotion?
So apparently, Pilkey was directly inspired by one particular fan online. This person was just a huge vocal supporter of Big Jim.
Just loved the character.
Loved the character, constantly posted about him, really championed him. They even coined the phrase, Big Jim for the win, which sort of became a rallying cry among some fans.
No way, Big Jim for the win, and Pilkey saw this.
He saw it, and he was genuinely moved by it. He decided to take that fan's passion and enthusiasm and literally build a whole new story arc around it. He elevated Big Jim because the fans loved him so much.
That is actually amazing. That's not just fan service, that's making the fans part of the creative process.
It really is. It turns fan enthusiasm into actual canon. It's why reviewers have pointed out the depth and the sort of poignant backstory here. It resonates because it came from such a genuine place of connection. They're saying kids are going to be absolutely clamoring for the continuation of Big Jim's story.
It makes total sense. It creates this incredible loop, Fans love a character, the creator sees that love, elevates the character, which makes the fans feel seen and even more connected.
Exactly. It makes Big Jim Begins feel really significant, more than just book 13. It's a pivot point built on kindness, bravery, imagination, and fan passion.
So thinking about that connection, what's the bigger takeaway here? What does this fan-inspired shift tell us?
Well, I think it really shows how Dav Pilkey's work kind of erases the line between the creator and the audience sometimes. Think about it. By taking a side character and making him the hero because readers were so passionate about him, Pilkey is essentially telling every kid reading his books, your enthusiasm matters. Your favorite character, even the goofy sidekick, could be the star. Your voice can shape the story.
It makes the reader feel like they're part of the adventure too, not just consuming it.
Precisely. They become part of the Dogman universe in a way. Their passion helps write the next chapter. It's a really empowering idea, especially for young readers.
That's a fantastic thought to end on. Really powerful stuff woven into such a fun series.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
Hello, friends. Today we reviewed the newest adventure of the legendary series, Dogman. Dogman Big Jim Begins. Which book would you like us to review in the next video? Stay tuned to Daily Books. Stay with the books. Goodbye.